Hey y'all, it's Jess from Hobby Jobby Creations, and today I'm going to do another short tutorial for you guys. And in this one, I'm just going to basically show y'all how I don't let hoop size determine whether or not I can do a project. So this is not going to work for every single project, but I will try to make it work as best as I can. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see, this is the design that my customer wanted. And at the size that it is not going to fit into my little 8x12 situation I got here. And I know y'all are going to say, oh, but you can just resize. No, I'm not going to scrunch it down to try and fit it into that hoop. It's going to look weird and smooshed, and I just don't like it. So our remedy to this is going to be 2 hoopings. Now I know we hate to do this, but come on. Like, people tell us to put embroidery on different things all the time, and you have to get it perfectly lined up, and how is this different? So we're just going to be real careful like we are with everything else, and we're going to measure and mark so we know exactly where everything's going. So I have little tapes on the center to tell me exactly where I'm going to put the first hooping, and then I have little tapes on the center to tell me exactly where I'm going to put the second hooping. Now I skipped the top tape for the second hooping because it would get in the way of the embroidery on the first hooping. So on t-shirts, I just adhere all my stabilizer to the back, and then I do my actual hooping. This has just helped me to always get a clean, flat hooping every time, and I use basting spray so everything sticks together. There's no sliding, there's no buckling. It just makes for a cleaner turnout for me. So that is 2 layers of the mesh stabilizer. And I have the first layer adhered to the shirt, and then the second layer is adhered to the first layer of the mesh. Then I'm going to be turning the shirt back right side out because now we're going to have to go ahead and hoop it. Now I use my Hoopmaster station to do all of my shirt hoopings. If you don't have this, it's fine. I just love it because it's super helpful. I'm all about using what you have, and that's what this whole video is. I don't have a bigger hoop size that I can do, so I'm using what I have. And remember, there's no stabilizer on my hoop station because I've already got it adhered to the back of my shirt, so that's why I'm just putting raw shirt onto my hooping station. Now I'm just trying to make sure that I get everything lined up as well as I can and almost as perfect as I can. And this is going to be for my first hooping, so this is going to be for the top part of my design. Once I have everything lined up the way I want it, I'm going to carefully put my hoop onto my shirt. This is normally a quick snap process, however, I wanted to ease it from the bottom to the top just to make sure that I was keeping it absolutely straight so that I don't have a way of messing up my second hooping. Once I am confident on my hooping, I'm going to go ahead and put this onto the machine, and I'm going to stitch out my top part of my design, aka my first hooping. And of course, as usual, once I have the shirt on the machine, I'm still going to trace everything out just to make sure I'm not going to break anything. But I will not be adjusting the size or the position or anything on this design because I don't want to mess up my markings for my second hooping. I know this seems like a tedious process. However, if you don't have any other options, then you don't have any other options. You know what I mean? I have now reached the applique point of my first hooping. So I'm just going ahead and getting that applique fabric trimmed down, and then we'll get it back on the machine and we'll complete the first hooping. Now that our top part of our design, aka our first hooping, is finished, we're going to go ahead and pop this guy out of the hoop and get our second hooping set up. Now it does help to have printouts of everything because I use the one fully put together printout to show me exactly where I need to put both hoopings. So right now I'm putting my big full design over the shirt and I'm lining it up to the stitching that's already there, and then I'm taking the split part that I printed out, so just the bottom hooping part with the text, I'm taking that and I'm lining it up according to that big picture. So it is looking like all my original markings are lining up perfectly. So I'm going to be able to use those and put this in my hoop for the second time and go ahead and do the second stitch out. Also, I did add that top sticker to show the top of my second hooping. So now I have the top, the middle, and the bottom. And now I'm going to be able to hoop this properly. Oh, and before I forget to mention, I did put a second round of stabilizer onto the back, so I went ahead and trimmed down the stabilizer from the top portion, and now I'm laying down stabilizer for the bottom portion. Now we are finally going to do the second hooping. again, just like the first time, I'm going to go very slow, making sure that everything stays as straight and centered as possible. And I just want to make sure that that the text on the bottom is not going to turn out slanted to the image on the top. So just be extra careful, extra slow, and hoop it 2 or 3 times if you have to make sure that you get it right. But yeah, just be careful and go slow. This is what the second hooping is going to look like. We're going to go ahead and put it back on the machine, trace everything out so that we know that it's not going to break anything. And now we're going to hope for the best and let go and let God. Now the stitch out is finally done, and look at how good it looks. It really looks like everything lined up exactly the way I wanted to. It looks just like the image on my computer screen and the image that I printed out. Now we just got to clean it up and get it ready for the customer. And now we are coming in for the final reveal. Look at that. It came out so great. I love it. Look at that. All you have is an 8x12 hoop with your machine. That's no problem, because we're going to get that design done anyway. And that's it. That's how I work around hoop size constraints. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get a bigger machine, but for now, I have what I have and I'm working with what I have. And I'm hoping that maybe this tutorial can help somebody out there to work with what they have as well. A lot of times there's a workaround to your constraints. You just have to really put that noggin to the test and figure out how you're going to get around it. But I really hope that this video helps somebody out there to get around that hoop constraint. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.